Hello, Melissa Rhiannon here, and today I want to talk to you about immune boosters. But first, I would like to tell you why I know this information and how I ended up learning it. It's pretty important as far as knowing where I come from and why this is important to me to know this information. So, in 2007, I was getting out of the Army, and I was 33, and I was on 14 medications. Now, these medications ranged anywhere from pain medications to anti-anxiety medication to medication for IBS and GERD. I mean, that's a lot for sleep, for waking up. I mean, that's a lot of medication. And at 33, it was absolutely devastating to me as a person who had been completely healthy up until I went into the military. So I had had multiple injuries and multiple infections. I had injuries in my legs, my back, my hip, my arms. If it was there, I injured it. I ended up with depression, anxiety, and PTSD as well because of some things that happened while I was in. And I also ended up with GERD, IBS, and malnutrition, as well as sleep problems, sleep deprivation, and restless leg syndrome. So after getting out, and I started my degree in anthropology when I got out, and one day I just sat down and I said, I'm not doing this. This is not how I'm going to live. Like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to do this way anymore. What can I do different? So I started using what I learned in my degree in anthropology, how we're taught to do research in when you're getting your degree, and I started using that information to do my own research on medications, and also for personally, by then I had a lot of experiences with what had worked and what had not worked personally, and I started researching and trying to figure out why this worked, why that didn't work. What exactly was it that was happening in my body, from a more holistic perspective? So that journey actually led me to health and wellness, or looking into health and wellness from a more holistic perspective. And that holistic perspective helped me to end up learning so many things about how to be physically, mentally, and emotionally happier and more well. And it's a journey. It's been 13 years, so I wouldn't say that like I'm all better now. No, every day I deal with certain things that are maybe things that somebody else would not have to deal with ever in their life. But I have learned some techniques and things that have helped significantly in my life, and I want to share some of these with you. One of the problems that I kept having while I was on all these medications was I kept getting multiple infections, and so my immune system was broken. And so that is how I ended up looking for and learning about the different types of immune boosters and how and when to use those, and based on medical research and doctors who are naturopathic doctors, MD, medical doctors, and research doctors. So I wasn't just looking at things on, just randomly looking up and Googling stuff. I mean, I was looking at actual research from people who had written papers and were medically published. So that's where I'm giving you this background so that you understand or have a better idea of where I'm coming from when I'm talking about this. And if you have any questions or you want me to give you references for anything that I say in this video, feel free to message me.